Hello everybody, Mobius1 here, and it is time today, the official teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 9 released. We also got our first look at the title, which is Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Personally, I don't really know how I feel about this title. It's the only Star Wars movie to have a character's name in the title, if you don't count Solo. But it does raise some pretty interesting questions. Maybe we'll talk about some of those after we watch this trailer. I don't know how many of you watched my Darth Vader fan film that was done by Star Wars Theory Reaction, but we kind of set up this little, you know, whatever this is over here, reaction setup thing. Yeah, I didn't really change much of it. I don't know how else to really improve this, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of this little setup, because I might be doing some more reaction videos here shortly. I also don't know whether or not I'm going to get any copyright claims on this video for posting the whole trailer, so I might have to do some cutting, some clever editing to make it postable. Is that a word? I think so. It is now. But I am going to include a link to the official trailer in the video description down below, so even if I do have to cut my reaction to it, I apologize for that. But you can watch the full reaction, or I'm sorry, full trailer by clicking the link in the video description if you haven't already seen it. So, without further delay, number 1 on trending, let's watch this trailer. Kind of reminds me of the Force Awakens trailer. The teaser started with John Boyega kind of waking up on Jakku, out of breath. I wonder if they did that on purpose.
We've passed on all we know.
It's Mark Hamill.
1,000 generations live in you now.
How does she still have that saber?
But this is your fight.
Didn't that saber break in Last Jedi? And what planet is this? It looks very Tatooine. Also looks kind of like Jeddah from Rogue One. Oh, that's a sick paint job. Hey, Billy D! Oh, that has to be Tatooine. A-Wings, nice. Oh, Carrie Fisher.
With you.
Holy crap, is that the Death Star? What was that? What? Freaking Palpy's still there? Palpy! Hold on, alright, wait. Alright, okay, whoa. We got a lot to talk about. Alright, first of all, we know J.J. Abrams is directing Episode 9 just like he did Episode 7, so I don't know if the beginning of this trailer, paralleling the beginning of the teaser we got for Force Awakens is intentional, but I like it. If you guys remember the Force Awakens very first teaser we got, you know, there's been an awakening. Wait, was that one? Actually, that might not have been that trailer. There's been an awakening. Is it? It's been so long since I watched those old trailers. But yeah, you know how like they showed like the desert landscape and then like John Boyega like popped up and was out of breath? It's very similar to how this starts. So I think that's cool. Next, how does she have this lightsaber? Wasn't her and Kylo Ren like trying to like pull the saber away from each other and it ended up exploding and that's what knocked them out in Last Jedi? I'm 99% sure. No, I'm 100% sure. I know that's what happened. So how does she have this lightsaber back? That's... Unless she just constructed a new one and it's that again? That's a cool shot. I'm still trying to figure out what planet this is. So I'm kind of going through my mind what desert-like planets we know. Obviously, it could be a brand new planet. J.J. Abrams is obviously a fan of creating new planets, since Force Awakens was nothing but new planets. But we have, obviously, Tatooine, which it wouldn't surprise me for them to go back to Tatooine, the planet where everything in Star Wars started. It actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it. I mean, the very first planet we were introduced to in Star Wars was Tatooine. So why not end, you know, the trilogy of trilogies where it all started? That would be pretty nice. So I'm not opposed to that. As overused as Tatooine is in Star Wars, like almost every Star Wars video game has a Tatooine level. I get it. I'm sick of Tatooine, but as like a artistic or design choice or a story writing choice, like, I like it. Especially due to the title being Rise of Skywalker. If this is where he was born, maybe there's a connection there. I don't know. Yeah, I like the shot, though. It's kind of similar to the TIE fighters coming in front of the sun shot that we got from Force Awakens. Then what? We get the saber again. We get Kylo, which I guess we have to assume is Kylo Ren in his TIE fighter. But when we actually see it, it is very different. See, these look very Tatooine mountains. Oh, sorry, we forgot to go over the rest of the plants. So Jakku, obviously desert planet, but we didn't really see mountains like this. Jeddah from Rogue One, which was like where the Kyber crystals were. So maybe this is Jeddah. Maybe she goes back to Jeddah to find a Kyber crystal to make a new lightsaber, because those do look very similar to the mountains that we saw in Rogue One. But I'm still leaning more towards Tatooine or a completely different planet. Who knows? But then, okay, so we see Kylo Ren's fighter streak by. Oh god, I did not mean to do that. So yeah, this is definitely his fighter. This wing design is the same wing design as his TIE Striker, I think it's called, in Last Jedi. However, when we actually get a look at his... notice, by the way, they're keeping his face hidden, which is an interesting choice. When we actually get a look at his cockpit, however, that is not the same. That is very different from the cockpit of his fighter in Episode 8. This looks very much more like a regular or a typical TIE Interceptor helmet, or not helmet, cockpit. And I like the red Royal Interceptor paint job that they did on it. That looks pretty badass. I want a toy of that. Look at that. And that's just a cool shot, too. Do they show where she lands? I was too busy looking at the fighter to even see her doing this little acrobatic flip here. Where does she land? She looks like she's going to land right on the top of it. She is. There's no way that's not what she's doing. She's positioning herself perfectly to, like, Spider-Man herself onto the top of this thing with the lightsaber and probably cut a hole through it. Like, look at where the saber's lined up. It's like going right through the front of the windshield. Oh, no, okay. She did kind of twirl a little bit at the end. But still. So that's going to happen. This Christmas, is this, where's this? This looks kind of like, it's not Canto Blight again? It can't be? No, this has got to be someplace new. I'm not sure where this is. The environment, again, probably a brand new location, but the first place that it reminded me of when I saw it was, again, going back to Rogue One, whatever planet that was where Galen Erso dies. Spoilers. You know how, like, after they all group up, they go out and Cassian's got that mission to snipe him, basically, and like they're up on the mountains and it's raining and they call in the Y-Wings. It kind of looks like that, but I'm sure that's probably not where this is. But that was the first location that popped into my mind when I saw this shot. Kylo Ren, this time they're not hiding his face, and he's killing somebody. This looks very much like a flashback. Maybe not, though. It just looks very red. I mean, maybe they're doing that because of the fire, because obviously you see like the ground's on fire. He's got the stormtroopers. Maybe everything's burning. I don't know. It looks very the filter or whatever they used on this shot. I'm not sure why it's so red. So I don't know if that is like because it's a force vision or something, like a flashback, or if that's literally just because everything is on fire. I don't know. Next we have him putting back his helmet, which I think is hilarious, because what this shot shows to me, or says to me, is literally, this isn't even a metaphor. This is a literal representation, a literal, I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but in a literal sense, J.J. Abrams is putting the pieces back together after Rian Johnson destroyed them in Last Jedi. I think that's hilarious. I'm sorry. This is like literally because JJ set everything up in episode 7, and yeah, it got a lot of hate because of how much it paralleled Star Wars, A New Hope. And then Rian Johnson took everything that JJ set up in Force Awakens and literally destroyed it. Kylo Ren literally destroys his helmet in Last Jedi. And this is JJ Abrams picking up those pieces and putting them back together. I think that's brilliant. I really do. Plus, seeing Kylo Ren in his helmet with all these like cracks in it is probably going to be pretty cool. Like, look at that. They don't really give you a good shot of it, but look at that. It looks pretty awesome. And it matches his new tie paint job, right? The black with the red. That's pretty cool. I'm a fan. So we get Poe and Finn here. Poe looking very Nathan Drake back there from Uncharted. That's cool. I like it. And this looks like Finn with Rey's staff. Isn't that is definitely Rey's staff. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but pretty cool. I like the rock feature, very Tatooine again. Kind of reminds me of like the Sand People. Cool. All right. BB-8 and BB-9. I don't know what this is. Some new droid. Okay. Look at Billy D. Man, I'm still surprised they brought him back for this, and they even put him in like the yellow. It looks like yellow sort of shirt or something, kind of similar to how Donald Glover was in Solo. I don't really expect to see him do a whole lot in this movie, to be honest with you, because let's face it, he's pretty old. Saga comes to an end. Okay, here we are. These, like, all right, we're on Tatooine. Can we just accept this is Tatooine? They're moisture evaporators, which doesn't guarantee it, but I would put money on this being Tatooine. Were those jetpack troopers? Oh, they are. We got jetpack stormtroopers, guys. So wait, what are they chasing? So we got this is Finn and Poe, I'm guessing. We're gonna see in the next shot. It looks like there's stormtroopers on speeder bikes. It's really hard to tell. And then right here we have very clearly jetpack troopers, which is awesome. We've seen jetpack troopers in like the Clone Wars series and Star Wars Rebels. Oops, I keep making it full screen by accident. But we've never seen them. I don't think we've ever seen jetpack troopers in the movies at all. Just Boba Fett, really, in like one scene, 2 scenes. Yeah, so here we go. We have Finn and Drake. Is that part of the okay, that's just part of their thing on the right. That looked, as blurry as this was, tell me this doesn't look a little bit like Captain Phasma. Which, let's talk about that real quick. I hope they don't bring her back. I mean, I'm disappointed at how little we got to see of her and how little she did in the story in the previous 2 films. But honestly, I would rather her go out having not done anything spectacular rather than have her come back from the dead twice. Just my opinion. We got C-3PO here holding on to a pole as they try to not get shot. It's very... I don't know, it's a pretty cool shot looking. Kind of reminds me of the scene from Solo with the Marauders. But I like the the Mad Max feel I'm kind of getting from their junky land speeder here. A-Wing. Man, we haven't seen A-Wings very much in the movies at all. I thought we were going to see more of them in Last Jedi because that female pilot at the beginning of the movie was an A-Wing pilot, but then they all die. So this A-Wing looks like it's spinning out of control. Is that a Star Destroyer? Hold on. What's in the background? I think that's a Star Destroyer in the background. It's really hard to tell. Especially because the shot starts to fade away right away. But look at this. This looks like the bridge of a Star Destroyer. And then, yeah, that's definitely a Star Destroyer. Look at that. You can see the body right there. The top of, like, the fuselage. Okay, so we're going to get some sort of atmospheric battle, maybe? With a Star Destroyer? Because this looks kind of like the A-Wing going through the bridge of the Star Destroyer from Return of the Jedi. So we have a medal. I'm not sure what medal this is. I'm sorry. Is this maybe Luke's medal from the end of A New Hope? Because this looks like maybe Carrie Fisher's hands. And it's going to cut to, yep, Carrie Fisher hugging Rey, which this is very clearly unused footage from the end of Episode 7. Which JJ said, they said instead of using like a CGI version of Carrie Fisher, they had a bunch of unused footage from Force Awakens that they planned on using. So they literally wrote scenes around these unused clips, which is kind of a brilliant way to do it, but I really hope that doesn't hurt the story overall. So we'll see. Okay, so there's that. We have this nice shot of everybody. Yeah, Chewbacca, BB-8, BB-9, C-3PO. This can't be R2-D2. Because I haven't seen... There's no R2-D2 in this whole trailer. I hope this is not like they took R2-D2's processor or brain or whatever and stuck it in this thing. Can we talk about Finn's pants for a moment? Look at those blue pants. That's pretty cool. I don't know. It doesn't match at all with anything else in his outfit, but I guess it doesn't have to. It just looks Star Wars. I dig it. Yeah, and seriously, Poe looks straight up. He actually, in this shot, he looks a little bit like a Kyle Katarn character, like a mercenary. But yeah, I'm getting a total Nathan Drake feel from Poe. And this is very clearly the Death Star. So where could this be? There's only two possible places for them to be in this shot. Yavin 4 or the Forest Moon of Endor. This is either wreckage from the first Death Star on Yavin 4 or wreckage from the second Death Star on the Forest Moon of Endor. That's tough. Honestly, the planet looks probably more like Yavin. Which that would make sense, right? If Carrie Fisher maybe not. If this is the metal that... You know what? I'm going to say that. I'm going to say this is Yavin. Because what I'm getting from this whole trailer is kind of like JJ returning to things from Episode 4. So we have the lightsaber, we have Tatooine, we have the metal, and this is probably Yavin. So they probably... I would not be surprised if they go back to Tatooine and they go back to Yavin 4, the two planets from A New Hope. That's going to be my current theory on what's going on here. I don't know why they're coming back here. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would make them want to come back to the wreckage of the Death Star. Unless...
No one's ever really gone.
No one's ever really gone. And then we get this. I'm going to change it up. I think this might be the wreckage of the second Death Star on Endor, which is where Palpatine died, right? Vader threw Palpatine down the reactor chute of the second Death Star. Second Death Star blows up. Here's the wreckage of it on Endor. And Palpatine's still alive, controlling things from behind the scenes. So they go on an adventure to kill Palpatine once and for all. That's going to be my theory. I could be wrong, but I mean, nothing makes sense. How does she have that lightsaber? I still don't understand. Nothing makes sense, but I gotta say, for a teaser trailer, I'm pretty hyped. I'm still not a huge fan of the title, Rise of Skywalker. I do like that the text is blue. Very minor detail, but Force Awakens was yellow, Last Jedi was red, this is blue, so it kind of makes this nice, you know, if you were to buy this trilogy in like a box set, you got each episode as a different color. They kind of did the same thing back in the 90s when they re-released all the movies on VHS. You had A New Hope was blue. Oh, no. A New Hope... Shoot, I don't even remember. I guess A New Hope was red? Empire Strikes Back was blue, and then Return of the Jedi was green. I don't remember what color A New Hope was, but anyway, I dig it. And that's it. So we got December, but I believe the actual release date is December 20th. I don't know. I know a lot of people are very skeptical after what happened with Last Jedi. But come on, man! It's the last episode in the series. You've got to see it. Like, I'm hyped. I like the idea of them going on an adventure together. I watched a little tiny bit of the live stream from Star Wars Celebration, and they were talking about how this is going to be like all the characters kind of teaming up together, and going on like this big epic adventure. Kind of like the original movies. So, let's see where they go with this, man. We're going to get more trailers eventually at some point before December. Don't know exactly when. But that was our first look at Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Let me know what you guys think of both the trailer, what you think of your theories, and let me know what you think of this whole reaction setup, because I might have more to come in the future. And if there's anything I can do to improve the look of the videos, I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. So leave your comments down below. I'm going to be reading them. I'll respond to them as I see, you know, necessary. But that's it for now. So thank you guys for watching. Mobius1 here. I'll see you in the comments.